This is Canuck and a Fin presents Bobby at the Bar, a weekly Liiga recap coming to you from O'Leary's Forum in the Helsinki City Centre, the ultimate Saipa fan bar experience. Now, today we're just going to be talking about what happened this last week in Liiga, a couple interesting ideas, maybe what I have, and I hope you enjoy listening to this. First thing I want to talk about is Tappara and Pelicans. They were supposed to be playing a game in Tallinn, but now it's been canceled, and mostly it's because of Tappara's side, which, I'm not really a big fan of Tappara, and I'm not a big fan of Pelicans either, but on this one, I got to side with the Pelicans. They were under the understanding that they were going to be able to organize all the fan trips and all that sort of thing, and Tappara, they didn't get the financials that they wanted to out of it, or they thought that was coming from what I read, and so therefore they pulled out, and now there's no game in Tallinn against Pelicans and Tappara, which I think is a really, really bad problem because it doesn't bring the hockey to our neighbors to the south in Estonia. Also, it's a bad reputation for, doing games abroad. I went to a game abroad. It was Saipa versus Eisbären in Berlin. We had 100 fans go there. No one had to. We all went on our own. There was no fan trip organized for it, and it was just the passionate fans that went, and we really brought Finnish hockey to Berlin and Germany. Gave them a really good example of what it's like in Liiga when we went there. So I think it's a really big disappointment that there's no Liiga games going to Estonia, even though it's just over the water. But it's a big disappointment, and I think that Tappara should have maybe taken some more responsibility, and then they would have worked it out and would have been a better experience for Liiga and good promotion for Liiga. I'm always talking about how Liiga needs more promotion. Come on. The world needs to know how good this league is. As much as I talk crap about the refs and I talk crap about other teams in the league, it's my favorite league in the world right now, and I love NHL, but this is the most exciting league to watch right now, in my opinion. So we'll go on to a next topic here because this is just a quick weekly recap. Tappara, they're in 13th place right now. That's not good for you guys if you're a Tappara fan. I don't look forward to being Lukko, who is the next opponent for Tappara, because I'm pretty sure you're going to get slaughtered. They got a lot to prove. But, Tappara's in 13th place. They only had one win. They lost 6, what was it? Let me check my notes here. But they got their asses handed to them against Kolko. Lowly Kolko, my opinion on Kolko. They gave Saipa a good run, but, come on, Tappara, get your head out of your ass. I think that Lukko's got another thing coming to them when they play them this week. Some really interesting things coming, and I, as you all know, I'm a Saipa fan, but Ville Nieminen, who is the head coach for the Pelicans, man, he is a brother on my side right now, and I don't like the Pelicans, although I've had only great experiences going to their stadium, especially for playoff games. Great fans. They have a reputation that they're probably the most violent fans in Liiga, but I've never experienced that or seen that. But Ville Nieminen went after the refs in his game. It was great. He is a Tappara guy. Well, he's not a Tappara guy, but he's from Tampere. And he went to Lahtis hoping for similar opportunities, trying to build the program there. They're not a bad team. Saipa can't win there. They lost 3-0 to them. Their only loss of the season, by the way. But he lost 5-1 at Tappara. And in the middle of that, most of those goals came in the third period. And he was so disappointed with the refs, and then even he was arguing, and Pelicans got a penalty against them. So it's really interesting that he even passive aggressively. Let me see if I can get the quote here. He said, he did it in the way that he can't. He can't hurt the team by the way that he said it, but he basically said, hopefully that we can compete with the referees the same as the top teams can. So basically what he's saying, and he did it of course in Finnish language, but basically what he's saying is that the smaller teams like Pelicans, Saipa, KK, Sport, they don't get the same kind of breaks that the big teams do, like Karapat and Tappara and TPS. The referees give them a little bit more of a leeway. And so he made a point of saying it really passive-aggressively, saying basically, hey, hopefully we'll get the breaks later in the season when everyone figures it out, blah, blah, blah. But, I wasn't going to shit on the refs in this podcast, but, maybe he's got a point. And, I hate to do it every time, but the refs got to get their heads out of their asses. And I hope one can come on and talk to me. And, I can always change my mind on things. I'm not one to just be, opinionated and just say, hey, this is my opinion. I'm never going to change it. I want you to come on and I want you to change my mind about the referees in Liga. Somebody, maybe. Give me an idea of why it is this bad. I mean, they're not always bad, but there's a lot of blown calls. It can always be better, and I know. I'm just a fan. I get it. I'm always hating on the refs. It's not the Philadelphia Eagles here, if you understand that reference. But now I'm going to finish off with talking about Saipa. Saipa's in first place after 1 week. Makes me really happy. I've been predicting this. Yeah, I think it's excellent. I mean, they did get their asses handed by the Pelicans in Lahti, which is a really hard place for Saipa to play. But, hey, Westerholm had a shutout against Karapat, who is supposed to be the best team in Liga. They have the best players that they have with development and everything like that. And Westerholm, he's already signed by Nashville. So Nashville fans, get ready. You're getting a great goaltender, but we have him this year, so you don't get to touch him. So we have a duo with Tuohima and Westerholm, which is going to be really good. Interesting to see how it goes this season. And, Morley picked the pocket of Karapat and just, went over the blue line and scored a beautiful goal. And it was amazing. And then the defense came in out of nowhere. They Saipa had a shitty first period, as they always do lately. Something to be addressed. Maybe, Coach, you can talk about that. And then, they came back and they held them off. They held them off, and they won 1-0 against Karapat. They have one loss, and they're in first place. Behind them is TPS. Then we have Ilves, Jup, Hifki, Koko. That's going up to the 6 spots, the automatic playoff spots. I know it's only 1 week. I know. And then we have Jukuri, Kalopa, Pelicans, Hopeko in the Sully playoff area. And then, surprisingly, and to my excitement, you have Sport, Karapat, Tapara, Asa, and then Luko. But, they have their own issues. But I love seeing, even if it's only the first week, Tapara and Karapat, bam, bam, bam. I love it. All right, so anyways, I hope you guys come and join me. I'm going to be here for every Saipa game. They're not playing today, but this is a weekly recap. This is Bobby at the Bar. We got some interesting guests coming up next week. And, yes, thanks for subscribing, and I hope you guys have a great week. And, thank you very much.